All right, a beautiful, beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom Moye. I'm super excited to be here and so excited. Okay, basically, today is one of the days we'll talk about teenage girls and upbringing, and of course, it's something that is most women that come on board in different programs are very worried about. But anyways, for you to be part of the show, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. YouTube is at Galaxy TV News. Facebook is Galaxy TV. And of course, yes, you can actually be part of this program by going to the comment section on our social media platforms and tell us that you want to be part of the show. Sharing your success story, you want to educate the women, you want to pass information, you want to say one or two things to all the women and young ladies out there, you're very welcome to actually be part of the show. So yes, I'm not doing this alone as usual. I have Marco, me, Patricia. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Blossom, what are you saying good afternoon? You want the day to run by?
No, I don't say good afternoon. I say good morning more.
Good morning, viewers. It's nice to have you here.
Okay, so basically we have something important. Like I said, we're talking about teenage girls, and today we have an amazing guest. She will do justice to this. The reason is because it's one of the things that she does for a living, and you know, having better communications with these children is one of the things that help us understand them better. So I think it's best if we hear from a professional. But anyways, let's go for a tip first. And the first tip we'll be taking for today is 10 tips for raising a confident girl. And of course, our topic is grooming the teenage girl child. So let's quickly go for that tip, and we'll be right back to the studio to continue the program. Stay with us.
Tips for raising a confident girl. Girls usually start off life at full steam. They're the early talkers, the social butterflies, the A students. But somewhere between preschool and middle school, a confusing blend of new societal pressure, greater expectations in the classrooms, and mixed signals from society. Here's what you can do to build your daughter's confidence and reliance for the tricky years ahead. Encourage assertiveness. Teach your daughter to express her needs to adults and stand her ground with her peers. Be specific in your compliments. When you tell your daughter how smart she is, it means much more if you use concrete examples. Tell her you have a very good memory. Make your praise match reality. A third grader will know that she's not a musical genius or the best artist on the planet, but she will appreciate it if you notice her improvement from one month to the next. Help her understand why she sometimes gets left out. Explain to your daughter that if she isn't invited to every birthday party, it's not meant to be an insult. Explain that when another child say, "You can't be my friend," it probably has more to do with that child's bad mood than it does with your daughter. Encourage competence. Don't be too quick to help your daughter with homework or chores. If she asks for help, ask her to try working through it for a couple more minutes on her phone first. Encourage her to play sports if she wants to. Girls have more sporty options than ever before. If she wants to, give her a chance and get in the game and find out what she's capable of. Don't decide which sports are right for her. She can figure it out herself. Don't make assumptions about her strengths and weaknesses. Just because your child is a girl doesn't mean she'll struggle with fractions or that she will ace reading tests. It also doesn't mean she won't want to go fishing or try out for Little League. Follow our cues to best nurture her strength and work on improving her weaknesses. Encourage a healthy body image. Prepare her for sexism. Point out positive female role models.
Okay, all right, welcome back. You're watching Women's Corner. Of course, let me get to introduce my guest. And of course, her name is Damilola Duduyemi. She is an educator. She is also a counselor. Like I said, she is a children coordinator and of course a worship leader. Can we have Damilola Duduyemi on the screen? Hi, Damilola. Good morning.
Hello.
It's good to finally see
Hello, good
you.
morning, Blossom.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing tremendously fine.
Permit me to say happy Easter. Still, we're still in the celebration mood, of course. So I'm still going to say
Yeah.
happy Easter to you. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so yes, obviously we know the topic we're discussing about, and the reason why we picked this topic, grooming the teenage girl child, is because you deal with a lot of children, and of course you have relationship with the girl child. Now, before we go into solutions or the best things we can do for our teenage girl child, what do you think is the major problem? Just one major problem that you think parents or mothers make as a mistake when grooming their teenage girl child? What is the major mistake you think parents and mothers make? Mistake, yeah.
Um, um, I would say one major one that we make is the idea of comparing our girls with some other people. When we do that, it brings out um, the kind of emotion in this teenage girl that even they don't want to listen to you anymore. When you start telling them, see your friend, see how this is doing. No, they really don't like that. They want you to come to them as a friend. You really want to groom them. They need you as a friend in their life so that they can listen, so that they can understand what you are teaching them. But when you start comparing, telling them, see your friend, these and these, you are really making them to draw back. And at this age, if we mothers are not close to our girls, the outside forces there, they're going to do so much damage to them. And we as mothers need to learn how to be closer to our girls, how to be their friend, how to be their confidant. They must be able to tell us anything, irrespective of how they feel or their emotions. So I think the greatest mistake here is when we compare them to other people. They really like that.
Well, Damila said something very comparison, and that is something I think a lot of mothers do. But now, before we even talk about the teenage girls, why do mothers compare their daughters to other person's daughter? And we know obviously that even in marriage, you can't compare your marriage with another person's marriage. You see someone smiling and laughing, you don't really know what they are going through. And sometimes, not even from movies, from reality, you see the ones that come out looking also glam, also happy. Trust me, deep inside, they are facing more issues than you, where they think you're probably not even happy, having a
Yeah.
happy home. Now, why do you think mothers tend to always compare that girl child? Do you think it's a problem from the mother, maybe the background, or maybe she's trying to make the daughter live a certain life that she never enjoyed or she never lived, or trying to make sure the mistake she made, the daughter does not make that same mistake, or it's just the reason of they want to be
Sure.
better but they don't know how to go about it? What do you think is the reason for the comparison?
Okay, from my own point of view, I think we mothers, we look at this job of grooming the girls as something very cumbersome. Even I actually passed through that stage before I overcame it. Before I became a mother, I was already like, God, how am I going to scale through this process, raising children? You understand? But thank God that we have books, we have speakers, we can go online, in church as well, learn how to do this and do it well. I will literally say that actually mothers want the best for their girls. So when they see some things in their girls that they don't like, though the mistake there is comparing, it would have been better to just come out and say, this you are not doing well. And this is what you need to do better. So I think the workload of grooming girls, of grooming our children, is actually like looks burdensome on we women. And also that we know how we pass through our own teenage years. We don't want, just like you said, we don't want our children to make the same mistake that we made when we were their age. So we tend to like, how can I make it easy for you? How can I explain it better? How can I groom it? So when we see other children doing better, Instead of us comparing, it would have been better we let our child know that you are doing well, but you need to improve, but not to compare. So I think the idea that made us to just go all the way out is born from the fact that we want our girls to be even far better than the one we are comparing them to. So it's a mother's joy that you see your girls doing well. You see your girls excelling. They are calling the leaders and they are mentioning your girls in later years. You feel proud. You feel like, God, thank you. I've actually done something good in the life of this girl. So I think it's from the idea of, I want my child to come out better, but I'm looking at the way to do it. It is not cumbersome. It is not weighing me down. Then also the fear that I don't want my child to make the same mistake that I make. So we tend to look for good vibes in other children and tend to compare. But today, I'm sure most women, we are going to stop that and start relating with our own children based on their own experiences and getting them better as they grow up.
Okay, thank you very much for that one.
Thank you so much for that one. Fantastic, actually, if you ask me.
You know, Patricia, you have a daughter.
Yes,
now
I do. Yes, I do. That's why I said fantastic if you ask me, because I made such mistakes too while grooming her.
Oh, wow. Yes. Maybe you should share your story.
Yes,
when we're done with Damilola. Please ask your question.
So my question to you, Damilola, it's nice to have you anyways. I'm going to ask
Thank you very much,
a question
Patricia.
that every woman shies away from, talking to your teenage girl. And it has to do with
I didn't get
sex.
that.
Can you hear me, Damilola? Can you hear me?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
Okay. I said I'm going to ask a question that every mother's try to shy away from, and it has to do with sex. Okay, so at what age do you think you should start talking to your teenage girl on the issue of sex?
There's a reason why I'm sighing deep down, because when it comes to this topic, is actually looking like, Almighty God, this is an insurmountable mountain for we mothers. And I tell us that with God on our side and with God's help, it can actually be climbed and actually be overshadowed. At what age can we start sex education with our girl child? Well, when we talk about sex education, it's actually in different layers and different levels. You know, even lately, toddler girls from age 5, started telling them the part of the body where people should not touch, the part of the body where you cannot even play with. So let's look at it from there. It's on gradual level. And I'm sure by the time they become a teenager, let's scratch the idea that, my girl is innocent. No, a teenage girl is already in secondary school, is already hearing different things from different people in the classroom, are already saying things that even you've not started saying and told. So I will advise parents right from age 10, let's not wait till when they are 13. Right from age 10, you can make the sex education very tender for them, not that the one that will bring the idea into their heads. Start from the idea of places where people cannot touch, part of your body that we call private, part of your body where you cannot expose, part of your body where people cannot see. And when people try to touch you, what you need to do, you go gradually, because even this age now, they call them Gen Alpha. Before you even think of, I want to talk to them about sex education, you'll be surprised that some of them, that is the one that are open to you, they've actually come back to you to ask you, Mommy, what is the meaning of this? And we mothers of this age, we already know the age where they are in. That is not our own type of age where our mother will scream, you this child, you. No, we mother of this age already know that there are different vices out there. So when a child or a girl child is asking you, Mom, what's the meaning of this? You already know that you need to slow down, sit the child down and start talking. So I would take it that from age 8, 7, if possible, 8 years, because lately some report that we hear from even primary schools these days is so alarming. So I would suggest we can no longer take it 13 years, but like our own time anymore, because different vices are out there distracting our girls, showing them the wrong path to things. So I would advise from age 8. Now, also kindly note, it has to be peculiar to your child. When you because I have girls that before 8 years they're already big in stature, and if you're not careful you would think they are teenagers, meanwhile they are not. So if you observe that your child fall into this category of very endowed girl, please, let's start early. Teach them slow and steady. Where you need to go deep, you will know God will give you the inspiration of the age. But let's start early. Start from age 8. A boy cannot touch this part. Even you cannot play with this part. This part can't be open. When you sit down, you close your laps. Things like that. So I would really suggest from age 8, between 8 and 10. Let's not wait till 13. Because even in is it science now? There's a particular topic in science from primary school that they are taught puberty, and some of them will come and ask, "Mommy, what is menstruation?" You know that the red flag is already flying. That means they are already teaching them in school. So you that you are at home as a mother, you need to wake up and tell them this and this is what puberty is. This is what menstruation is. And when you're doing menstruation, these are the hygiene you need to observe. These are the things that you need to do. So let's not even put too much pressure on ourselves. From between 8 and 10, we are good for set education. Then as they advance, then we start going up. We start climbing the ladder.
Clearing this, that takes me to my next question. Okay, my next question is it okay if a mother chooses her teenage girl's friends? Because some mothers want to say, I don't like that girl. I don't want you to make friends with her. Don't move around with her. Probably because the way the girl dresses, or the way she talks, or the people she hangs out with. So a mother seems to want to, let a child not to hang out with such friend. Do you think it's okay for a mother to choose friends for her teenage daughter?
Okay, that question is very beautiful, and I wouldn't really say a total no or a total yes. But I want us as mothers to be very discerning when we are talking to our girls. There are some particular friends of your girl child that you study them, you look at them, you observe that, no, this is not the kind of friend I want for my girl. Now, the onus is on us to call our own girl child, sit her down, let her observe the value and the ethics that you've taught her so far. Then tell her, this friend you are working with, see, when it comes to parenting, I like it to be practical. Ask the child herself, this is your friend that you are moving with. This is one of our ethics and value in this family. We dress well. This is your child, Veronica. Compare our dress well with our own dress well. Let that girl child tell you what our own dress well is and compare it and tell you, Mommy, but there's nothing wrong in the dressing. Okay, note it all. Because that is the angle that girl is seeing that friend. You as a mother will now let her realize something is wrong with this girl's dressing. Look at what she's wearing. To you, is it appropriate? Let also your girl child, because they have the mind of their own. They have their own reasoning IQ. They have their own reasoning skill. Let her involve a reasoning skill.
Anyways, let's take a break here. Let's take a breather. But let me ask you, you said something before we even go for this break. I want to put you on the hot seat right now. So tell me, what was that thing you did to your daughter that you knew now, or you knew then, you didn't know that? Let me use
No, I didn't know then.
You didn't know that, but you know now
yes,
that you shouldn't have done. What was that thing?
Comparing.
Really?
Yes, yes. It's a mistake every mother does. I tell you the truth. you just say it out of trying to talk to your daughter, not because you want to spite her, but you're looking for an avenue to pass the message to her. And you go like, can't you see that person's daughter? Most times it's someone older than her who had done well in her life, you know. So you go like, I mean, did you see Rosemary? You know, she's done with school. She didn't even think of fashion or think of men or think of, you know, these wild things that you guys do now. She's done with school and she's doing well. So that's the comparison for me. Yeah. So
some even go as far as comparing to your, maybe you have elder sibling or younger sibling, like
True.
can't you see your elder sister?
Exactly.
Can't you see your younger sister?
Okay, so my daughter is oldest. So obviously there was no older person to compare her to. So just her friends.
Anyways, mothers, stop comparing your daughters. Don't push them to the wall, because when they get there, trust me, they'll look for an escape route. Anyway, let's quickly go for another tip, a break here, a tip, and we'll be right back. But this tip is about, the first one was building a confident girl child, but this one now is raising a girl child. So let's quickly see this tip. I'll be right back to the studio to continue the program. Stay with us. Don't go nowhere.
Tips for parents raising a girl child. Society is progressing and valuing the importance of female birth and raising them to transform them into landing independent individuals. Many parents struggle with raising a girl child, as daughters need more encouragement and opportunities to establish themselves in the stereotypical society. Roles of parents in raising a girl child. Parents are the primary mentors of every child. From the day a child is born to the later years, children look up to their parents for guidance, validation, and moral support. Daughters are seemingly more attached to their families and develop a sense of responsibility towards their families. Parents spend more of their time pampering and raising their daughters. Raising awareness about how parents' role impacts their daughters' upbringing is essential. 1. Instilling values. Daughters look up to the bond between their parents and how they treat them to form expectations about bonds with others. Such daughters grow up to be honest, empathetic, nourishing and responsible individuals who respect others. 2. Creating openness. 3. Being communicative. Parents who encourage their daughters to speak up against any wrongs and give importance to their opinions and expressions raise headstrong and independent daughters. 4. Isolated individuals. If the parents are not around their daughters during their growth, they develop a sense of abandonment and do not feel much connection or attachment with their family. Since daughters do not witness any care, nourishment or emotional connection, they become somewhat self-centered as they have looked out for themselves for years. Essential tips for parents raising a girl child. Empower your daughters. Providing quality education. Education is a weapon to empower women as it helps develop a rational and logical understanding of people and situations and help make sound decisions. Giving opportunities. It is essential to provide maximum exposure so your daughter can explore and develop their potential. Apart from education, extracurricular enrollment helps your daughter's physical, mental and emotional growth. Building strong values. Making your daughters learn more about traditions and cultural importance to keep them grounded in their roots is vital. Nurturing emotional and mental health. Parents must also help their daughters learn to take criticism, neglect societal pressures, manage anxiety and exam stress, and not be affected mentally and emotionally.
All right, so welcome back. You're still watching Women's Corner, and yes, we still have Damilola Duduyemi with us. And of course, I had to put Patricia on the hot seat to ask, what is your experience from mother to daughter relationship? But before I bring Duduyemi back on board, I want to ask you. So, how did you eventually correct that? Because trust me, I know at some point, because when you were saying this thing, I didn't even understand exactly what it was until I kind of remember some things when my mom would be like, she wants someone to advise me, but she comes as a complaint. And It's at that point you see me, I become like, okay, mom, you don't come to someone to complain when you want the person to change. Complaining doesn't make the person change. You talk to the person like a child. So I want to ask you, how did you make the correction eventually?
No, the truth is, most times when we come like that, it's to us it's not complaint. It's to you that it sounds like complaint. To us is a passion for you to change if there's anything wrong you're doing. And most times you're not doing anything really, really that wrong. But sometimes I cry. Yes.
Why you're complaining?
When I'm talking,
He's
and I'm not complaining. While I'm talking to her, I'm dropping tears so that
she understands how deep
and
it is
you know, try
Yeah.
to make amends on that. And I also wake her up at midnight. Yes, I could tap her up by 12, 1 a.m. and say we need to talk. It sinks better at that time. And then when I'm talking, I'm crying, I'm praying, you know. So but I made changes when I realized it was wrong, because I was putting her on a hot spot, trying to make her not be who she is, to be other person, you know. So I decided, you know what, she's my best friend. We'll talk like we're friends, we're age mates.
Which is better.
Yes, and we started that, and honestly, it worked better for me.
So that means all mothers should learn to be friends with their girl child rather than even Patricia is not agreeing that it's complaining. Can you imagine? She's disagreeing as a complaint. She's actually saying she's talking. But trust me, the other person
is seeing
sees
it as
a
complaint.
complaint. Yes. Anyway, let's bring back Damilola Duduyemi. So okay, go ahead with her. All right, welcome back. You heard Litu, you know, chit chat in the studio. So yes, now over to the girl child. Now, just as you've shared, and as Patricia has also shared, that most times, you know, we see it as complaint, but obviously the mothers do not understand that they are sounding like they are complaining, and that breaks our heart, even breaks us more than you trying to actually help us or make us heal. Now, at this point, what do you think a girl child that probably doesn't want to hurt the mom, doesn't want to walk out, doesn't want to do anything drastic or nasty or disrespectful, what do you think that girl child should do at this point?
Okay. Really. For that particular girl child, let's start from the angle of this is my mother, and you stay spend much of your time with the mother at home, not even with your school teacher, not even with your lesson teacher, not even with a counselor, but with the mother. I think I will advise such girl child to actually first take it cool with the mother, because I need that girl child to understand that my mother is doing all this because she wants me to be better for myself in the future. So let that girl child first calm down. Then I also want that girl child to understand that there is no how your mother wants to groom you that she will not talk and she will not act. Talking and action. I want you to change from this and do this. We are talking. After talking, I will show you the path. So the girl child will need to calm down, understand the mother, and look at it from the angle that it is for my own better person for the future. Because when she actually gets to the top in the future, I am sure she will never forget that mother in a hurry. Because the learning or grooming time is not the smiling time, in all honesty. It's not the happy time that we exchange chocolate because I'm grooming you. No, it's actually, when you say grooming is sharpening, taking out of you what should not be there, shaking it, sharpening it until you form the good structure, the good pattern. So grooming is not a laughing time. So the girl child needs to calm down to learn because it's actually needed. If they are not taught or if they do not learn, how will they know? Knowledge is power. So you learn and you become powerful. So the girl child needs to calm down understand from the mother's point of view that she wants me to be better. She wants the best for me. No mother is actually looking for how to hurt the girl child or to put the girl child in a tight corner or to make the girl child experience what she experienced. I used to tell my girl children, if I'm talking this way, it's because I've seen it before. It has happened to somebody before. Except you want to learn by this thing happening to you. And I don't want that. So when I'm talking, they understand. Even if it sounds like complain, I will let them know I'm not complaining. This is what I've seen. So on the long run, they have to take me for who I am. And we became friends. So the girl child needs to take it cool with the mother and learn. She's going to shape you out. She's going to take away what is not good in you and bring out the best version of you as a girl child.
Amazing.
Thank you, Dami. Okay, so in the process of grooming a girl child, I have also realized that when you're talking to them, sometimes they run to their rooms, they lock up their rooms, and they want to remain there all the time. They want to remain there all the time, you know. At this stage, what should a mother do when you're talking to your teenage child, your teenage girl, and then all of a sudden she's like, okay, mommy, I've heard you, and she goes into her bedroom, lock up, and not coming out, not wanting to do the normal things that she does? What do you do at this stage?
Okay, at this age, at this stage, I think the best approach, it might not even be the best because for each girl child, there are peculiarities to each one. Two of them are not having the same approach and they don't see these things the same way. So for a girl child locking up herself in the room, let's be practical. As a mother, I will first get angry. I will first be angry, but we that we want to teach a girl child something, we will pinch ourselves and calm down because we know too that we've done this before. I think we can give the girl child some breathing space. She's definitely going to come out, but I would rather advise such mother, talk to the person through the closed door, that call the child's name. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I just want the better version of you. Please, just come out, let's talk. Because by the time they start locking themselves up in the room, that means they don't want to listen to the mother. And for some women, we might see it like, if you want me to leave you alone, I will leave you alone. Please, mothers, don't let us leave them alone. Don't let us leave them alone. It's because they need the teaching, they need the learning. That is why they are teen. They have not grown to the stature of they have arrived. They are still learning, still learning. So please, we can stand behind the door or open the door, go to the room while she's crying. If the door is not locked with key, but I think no teenager will do that because my girls will not do that. They will run to the room. I will follow them. I will sit by the bed while they are crying. I can carry them and say, please stop crying. The reason why I'm doing this is for you not to be lazy. It's for you to be able to do this. Let them see reasons why this needs to be done. They themselves must see that, oh, I can see why mommy is on my neck. I can see why mommy is on my neck. Oh, and I need to change it. Because when I do, when I'm not lazy, it cuts across everything I do. When I'm not lazy, it affects my studies too. I won't be lazy in my studies. I won't be lazy to handle things. I won't be lazy to face challenges. So they themselves will know. That's why I talk about talking and action. When you talk, you must show them how to do also. So for a girl that lock up the room, let the mother still be there because she needs that lecture. She needs that grooming. Don't let's leave them alone because they could use that as emotional blackmail.
Well, thank you very much. Don't worry, mothers are listening, and I'm sure they won't leave their daughters alone. And I've picked one or two for myself, so which is something that's very important. So I won't become like Patricia.
I was just looking at you. You will be worse.
I can't be.
Because
I can't
you want
be.
the best for your daughter.
Oh well, yes, I want the
I
best for
know
my
you.
daughter,
You're
but right
going to
now,
say a
that is
lot
what
of
I'm
things.
learning.
Oh, okay.
That is what I'm learning. Because
All right.
when you learn, you become a better version.
Don't compare.
And you do.
But even if you have to, go ahead and do it.
Can you just imagine? We just said don't compare. Anyways, I want to first say thank you so much, Damilola Duduyemi. Can we please have her on the screen, please, so I can see the smiles while she. Yes, thank you so much, Damilola, for being on the show. It's been an amazing and a fabulous one.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you
then
very
that's
much.
it.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
God
you're
bless you.
welcome.
I'm
You're
proud
welcome.
of the
Thank
work
you.
of your company. Yeah.
Thank you. She's praying.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amen. All right. So that's it from Damila Duduyemi. She did fantastically well. Allow me to say that. And of course, she treated the topic as much as I was expecting. You know, I think we covered literally almost everything, but not everything, because I wanted to give a lot of instances, but time did not permit us. But from all of us at the Galaxy TV, we do appreciate you, we love you, and of course we'll be expecting to see you in the studio next time. So